What It Takes Radio presents another Monday edition of Interesting Ideas, and we're going to go back to the transformation zone just as a way to invite you into new opportunities. And indeed, we begin. This is the week to get ready for the new year because it starts soon. So let's talk about the debate that's coming up. Trump has the advantage, and I want to help you have lots of advantages and opportunities in the new year. So that's the Radio Today show for you right now. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, once again at Monday Meets the Marketplace, and this is Stan Houston with another edition of Interesting Ideas, the Transformation Project, and I'd like to introduce you to a possible encore possibility just for you. Okay, here we go. This is the 9th of September. And that means that we are about a month before our friends in the Jewish tradition go through the days of awe. And that is where they begin their new year and then think about their life and think about how they're going to live their life in the future, how things are going to be different, and they're going to try and make things right, with God, relationships, themselves, and with the significant things in their life. And I have decided that that's basically the way I'm going to celebrate New Year's for the rest of my life. January 1st is just another day on the calendar, in which I'll just simply take the day off and eat less food, watch less football, not do any fireworks. It'll be just a day to be thankful that, at least calendar-wise, I have made it through another year. So on today's program, I would just like to take a few minutes on this Monday, flowing into the full autumn season here in the Northern Hemisphere. And of course, for those of you who are in the southern part of the world, perhaps coming into the spring, and you're going to enjoy what we just passed, which is the summer season. Our lives have seasons all of the time, and how do we do that? Well, as I said last week, I tried to show you that part of what I learned from great tragic experiences, and have to learn almost every day, is that I had to give serious thought to being one of the 3% of the population. That's right. Only 3% of the population really know who they are, perhaps what they were made for, what their meaning and purpose for life is, what they should be doing now, and what they should be thinking about, praying about, working hard to achieve some relationships, to build their character, to have greater aspirations and achievements. Only 3% really have that kind of this one thing focus. 10%, they're pretty good, they're pretty close, a little bit fuzzy, but they're basically within that framework of people who are thinking wisely and creatively about the life they'd like to create and the world they'd like to make for themselves and for those they love and care for. 60% of the population are just, what they're doing is they deal with the day as it comes, and they have certain goals and opportunities, but nothing is terribly clear. There's no great intentionality. There's no great focus. They are living as life comes to them. And there's nothing wrong with that, except that what happens is you come down more and more to the lower part of the 60%, is that life tends to become more chaotic and difficult and managed by crisis rather than managed by intention. So I really encourage people like, hey, don't be one of the 60. Here's the point. Stand out. And as one of my friends said, now your motto should be stand out. Yeah. Be different. Brand yourself, position yourself, be the person who makes things matter, makes a difference. Be one of the 10% or the 3%, not just one of the 60%. And of course, that leads us to 27%. And many people think it's higher today. They, they barely deal with the day. They just do what they do when they have to do what they do. And there's no great intention, no great purpose, no real sense of this is what I was made for. This is why God created me. This is what I need to do with my life, my business, my relationships. They just don't live that way. And so my encouragement was to be one of the 3%. And what we did the last 3 days is I tried to do something a number of years ago, as I would say to people, and they say, well, Stan, how can I make a decision as to whether I'm one of those 3%? Well, as I said, you could ask me to help you, but here's a cheaper way. I went through and I worked really hard at this, and I went through my own traumas and my own terror and my own fears and my own experiences and those of people I knew who had actually achieved a great deal. And I came up with those 20 questions based on that old game, you know. And if you could really answer these questions, or at least give them some serious thought, you're probably one of the more focused persons on planet Earth. And so that's what we did these past 3 days. And so I would encourage you to think about doing that exercise this week. And by the way, if you'd like me to send you, I had a number of people wrote to me and said, okay, would you send me those 20 questions? And they could go back and they could listen to the 3 videos. They're about 10, 15, 20 minutes, and we'll put them all together sometime later in the week. But I'd just like to see it. It's on one page of paper, 2-sided. It's the 20 questions. And if you can do that, you're ready for some new ways of thinking, believing, living, and perhaps some new opportunities. I guarantee that can happen. Big day tomorrow. The debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. This will be a significant day in determining where perhaps the presidential election here in the United States is going, and whose popularity is growing or diminishing based on, as I say, Donald Trump has the advantage. And I'll tell you why. Because unlike most people, he has actually learned how to use the media. He's had lots of experience in radio and television, and that's a significant advantage today. And so he knows something about how to do that. And that will be a significant advantage for him. His, The Apprentice show and all the debates and all of the television appearances that he has been on, he goes into it with a significant advantage. Now, whether that will be significant enough or whatever is going to happen, we don't know. But we'll know a little bit more, by this time tomorrow. So that's a significant thing that's coming. I also want to encourage you right now. You see, we are involved very much in a project called the Transformation Project, in which we are trying to help people discover how they can live a transformed life. And along with a number of colleagues, we are putting together kind of what we call the transformation crew, the transformation characters, maybe the transformation gang, a group of people who want to fully live transformed lives, but we want to create all kinds of ways that other people can join the transformation zone and the transformation crew and live lives that perhaps are significantly different. Now, by the way, if you have a story of transformation, and many of you do, something happened that really changed your life significantly, improved it, or maybe made life much more difficult. Something happened. Maybe it was you really became, for one time in your life, one of those 3% persons. You, at least for a time, you were very, very, very focused and you made something happen. Or you went through a terrible tragedy and you were able to transform that tragedy into a significant victory, and it's changed who you are. We would love to hear from you. We would love to share your story. We are doing a major book project with my friend Joe Pine. Harvard Business Review has said we want to have a book like this. And we're also going to have a variety of tools and techniques and skills and ways for you to not only be a transformed person, but to share that power with others. And you know what? If you can do that, it will be profitable for you. That's right. You could probably have a better life and make more money if you are living that way. The world steps aside for the man or woman who knows who they are and where they're going. Please remember that. Be one of those people. Be strong, be brave, be bold, be confident, be fearless, and then be kind and gentle and full of the spirit force, and treat every person you meet as if they were the most important person in the world. If you do that, the future will be bright for you, no matter who wins the election and no matter what happens to the rest of the folks. You can have that kind of experience. Also, maybe you'd like to do your own program. I'm right now looking for somebody who would like to join me in a program on how to market yourself. I've written and talked and given many presentations. I wrote a book called You Make the Difference, and it's how to market yourself. And we are creating a program called The Marketing Life, which says that marketing is not your brochures or any of those things. Marketing is who you are and what you do and the life you live. Those of you who hate marketing, or you'll love The Marketing Life, because everybody can do it without becoming a salesman or all those other things you're afraid of. If you'd like to be a part of that kind of a new podcast that's coming out, why don't you write to me? StanHouston@gmail.com, StanHouston@gmail.com. We are also going to have what's called the Encore Experience. There are thousands of people who retire every day, that baby boomer generation. But you know what? So many of them find that it was not what they wanted. And we are challenging and helping people to actually say, I have an encore, something I've loved to do. I'm now going to not be retired. I am going to put on some encore performances that give me great power, give me some joy, and help me make some extra money. Because I've learned a lot in 50 and 60 and 70 years, and I'm pretty valuable, pretty smart, and I've got my mind, my strength, and my confidence, and I can be very, very helpful. We're going to try and help people understand that perhaps the last 10 years of your life, your encore, could be the very best ever. If you'd like to participate in that kind of project, I'd love to hear from you. We're doing all kinds of things. The Cowboy Spirit Radio Network, a variety of programs about the cowboys, the Western way of life, and those traditions. That project is also beginning, and I get to be one of the significant people in it. And I would love for you to join me in some of the projects. So if you're looking for some new opportunities in the new year ahead of you, we can help you. And we'll go from there. So, challenging you, okay, the new year that's coming, be different. Stand out. Be brave. Be bold. Be fearless. And listen this week, Dr. Harold Koenig, an incredible man. He is going to show us the relationship between our spiritual life and dealing with mental illness. He has written a book which says the most important thing, and he'll be actually be with us sometime later this week on a transformation project program. I thank you for your time. I hope that you are as optimistic and thoughtful and maybe a little bit scared as I am, because I have lots of opportunities, but boy, I have a few obstacles and challenges which are kind of scary sometimes. But when you live on the edge, when you're trying to do good and significant things, that can be a part of your life too. So reach out to me at stanhusted@gmail.com, stanhusted@gmail.com. Thank you for joining me on the radio. Be in touch and be blessed. Till next time, bye for now.